Long that Chris has shed another couple of pounds whilst it's been happening. That picture of polyester and ponytail from behind could only actually be Dennis Smith. We'll keep you updated on that and all the other matches going on with Chris and Ned as the afternoon unfolds. But as you can see, our next two on the main stage, faces you will recognise. Big John Henderson and of course from Holland, Jelle Klaasen, both of whom have ridden pretty high in the PDC rankings at one stage or another. Certainly Jelle has. But this is a second round match on the main stage to be back here this evening. So let's rejoin Alan and Stuart.
Yeah, should be a good game this man. Jelle Klaasen and John Henderson, they will get on with it. And Klaasen, who on his day 44. Can be very, very destructive. The same could be said for big John Henderson as well. He secured a famous win, didn't he, at the World Championship at the Alexandra Palace, beating 55. Dave Chisnall in a thriller in the opening round, which went all the way to a tie-break. And too close to call this.
Yeah, both players showing some decent form. Hasn't beat Van Geuren recently. As I said, Henderson had a great run in those World Championships after beating Chisnall. Well, he's wearing a black armband there, as you can see, in memory of Brian White, who passed away in a car crash, unfortunately, recently. One of his
177.
That's a good dart from Hendo. Just a little bit of a sway to the left.
135. You only require 140.
Oh yes, double 10. What a leg this would be. What a fantastic leg from Jelle Klaasen. Considering he didn't hit a big treble with his first dart, he did a 140, a 177, then a fantastic 140 out. If he's playing like that, he will take some stopping.
93.
Yeah, and with the pace he plays, just looks at all so much, well, all so much better when you're hitting it. Throwing fast and furious as he does. One of the fast players on the circuit.
134.
Henderson with that rocking action, as he's known.
Yeah, unique, isn't it?
57.
Let's have a look. He sort of steps and rocks into the dart.
100.
Pretty steady go, isn't it?
You're old enough to remember that, I think. Good stuff, good cover shooting from Jelle Klaasen. Both players, by the way, did well. They both reached the last 16 of the UK Open Finals in Bolton last June.
170.
Henderson lost to James Wade, and Klaasen lost a thriller 9-7 to Ronnie Baxter. Will feel he should have won that game. But he's put some pressure on here. Big John looking at 76. He's going to have one dart only. Oh, he's missed the 16. He's off the board. That's incredible. Well, you don't see that very often with professional darts players. That's amazing. And he's paid the price. My, oh my, Alan.
Well, it's unlike Hendo expected, as everybody else probably did at home watching and in the auditorium. A dart at tops for the Scotsman. It's a level, but not to be. Missed the big 16, lost the concentration. Fast and furious from Klaasen. Don't want to go too far behind. All of a sudden it'll be over.
Well, we see that the top players, they all miss the big numbers sometimes, don't they, when they're going for outshots, but you very, very rarely see a dart thrown out of the board. But it was costly. It was very costly.
Well, it's affecting him as well. That's the main thing. He's had a decent start to the year with that run in the World Championships, trying to G himself up. He knows that was a mistake.
96.
He's got to make amends. Find that red bit.
95.
Needed that last one. Still chasing, not just in the scoreline, but in this leg. Klaasen, different class 60 at the moment. Top of the class. 2-0 ahead. Hendo, well, they can't leave a finish now. Maybe
60.
Should have moved with the second dart, but not to be. So Klaasen will have 2 visits here to try and tidy up the leg. Oh, and that's a
40.
poor last dart from Klaasen. You can see in his face. Can't believe hit the single one with that last dart.
I know. B+ for Klaasen so far.
45.
Probably a C- for John Henderson. Well,
99.
that'll do. That'll do nicely.
Well, 99 for Klaasen. If he can hit tops, put a flake in it, because he'll be 3-0 ahead, because Henderson cannot finish this 160.
122. You only require 40.
Oh, all round the board. Good dart though. He knows how important that was as well. 3-0. Jelle Klaasen at the moment is in a hurry. That was a really good last dart from the Dutchman.
Oh, massive dart, wasn't it? Game changer, really. Could have been 2-1. 3-0 in a race to 5. Well, there is a break after this leg. But John Henderson doesn't want to be going in that break 4-0 down, having to win all 5 legs
140.
when they return from the break. Would be a tall order.
10 years. It was 10 years ago that Jelle Klaasen won his World
121.
Championship at the Lakeside. Incredible to think how time flies. Famously beat Raymond van Barneveld, didn't he?
That's right. Barney came over to the PDC. One of the legends of the game, as we know.
96.
Klaasen, maybe not as much, but has still earned that World Championship crown. Oh, unlucky there for Henderson. Unlucky, hit the wrong treble, but has to tidy up here. Well, great shot if you're a snooker player, the 147. Even better for Klaasen if he can take it here. Not quite. Took out the 140 in the first leg.
57.
So chance for Henderson here. He doesn't want to be missing the big number like he did in leg 2. 13 for tops. Just checking. Gets to 13. Tops to get a leg on the board. That's better from Hendo. Well, eventually, after going 3-0 down, John Henderson gets his first leg on the board. But he has it all to do here in the conclusion of this match. Klaasen leads John Henderson by 3 legs to 1.
Not 2004.
knows that was a mistake.
Bit of Mensur. Das ist richtig. Bit of German. High scoring from the Low Countries at the moment. Ronnie Huybrechts too strong for Adrian Gray on board 2. A 5-0 win for Ronnie. He'll be back later, the Rebel. And his neighbour from Holland, Jelle Klaasen, as you've been seeing if you've been with us here on the main board. 3-1 to the good. Could have been 4-0 against Big John Henderson, but 3-1 a commanding lead for Jelle, who's looked very sharp and fast out of the blocks. The boys are back on stage after the break as we rejoin your commentators, Alan and Stuart.
Yeah, thank you, Matt. Jelle Klaasen in control. 2006 world champion, of course.
Game on.
Yeah, may well have had him world champion 2 years before that. But it was 2006 that he won his world championship.
140.
And beat Barneveld. And he will never forget that week or 10 days at the lakeside.
57.
Looking now to regain his spot in the top echelons of the PDC. But Klaasen, he has got the game, he has got the ability, it's never been in doubt.
Well, we saw him last year in Germany, didn't we, at the European Championships. Beat Wesnut in the first game, played an absolute blinder in that event. Now we've got some updates. Denny Smith won his first game but lost 5-2 to Peter Hudson. Youngster Adam Hunter winner. The other one's just
65.
getting going. Stuart Kellett beat Barnard 5-1. And Darren Webster, the winner. And he will go into the next round. Which one of these two?
Yep.
Get through to tonight's session.
Another one of those would be absolutely perfect. It is perfection! And Klaasen's average is now nudging 100. It's a very dominant performance. Believe it or not, Klaasen has actually slowed down just a touch. He is one of the quickest throwers in the world, but it might be difficult to believe. It's sometimes blink and you'll miss it darts with Jelle Klaasen, but he has slowed down a touch. And do you know what? I think it would have been worth the gamble there to bust the throw with Henderson back on 205. We'll see how much pressure Klaasen's going to be under.
66.
Well, yeah, maybe not a bad shout there, Stuart. I think it's probably all down to the player, how they feel at that time. He's feeling confident. Henderson's still back on 139, but Klaasen is in the madhouse here at Minehead. Can Hendo get himself back into this match?
The 180, he was in total control, but by missing the double 10 inside and then missing the double 5 inside, all of a sudden there is pressure now on this double 1, but yeah, all's well that ends well as far as Jelle Klaasen's concerned. But he knows, you can see there a shake of the head. He got there in the end, but he's a leg away now. Jelle Klaasen from a place in round 3 here in Minehead.
Yeah, crucial double 1. Madhouse, as we know, down at the Dog and Duck.
60.
One of the hardest doubles on the board, and Henderson had left himself handy on tops, just in case. 4-1 and 3-2 is a different game, as we all know.
60.
Hendo just hasn't got himself going at all. And Klaasen, well, Those missed doubles reduced his average down by around 10 points.
59.
The most important statistic, one leg away. 4-1 up. Henderson has to take the next 4.
60.
Well, travel day Friday. He'll be on the way down to Minehead. A long weekend.
96.
Certainly be packed tonight. Slowly starting building up in the auditorium. 5,000 tickets sold here for the UK Open, the new home.
28.
Young Adam Hunt is through to the third round, beating Alan Derritt on one of the outer boards. Antonio Alcinas, who we saw on the main stage earlier, 4-2 up on Matthew Edgar. Aaron Monk 3-2 up on Carl Merchant over on board 5. We just saw Kevin McDine edging out Kyle Anderson here.
60.
McDine in his second round match is now level at a leg apiece against Ewan Hislop, and Jason Hogg of Scotland is 3-0 up on Ray Jones. And Jelle Klaasen here is on the verge of victory against John Henderson.
Well, all Hendo can do here is leave something handy for Jelle Klaasen. Well, that's probably one of Henderson's best visits. But Jelle Klaasen homing in double 6 for a fantastic victory. Yeah, gets it eventually with the second John Henderson. A lot of experience, the Scot. Never got himself going in this tough first game encounter for both players. But it's Jelle Klaasen, former world champion, who moves into the next round. He beats John Henderson by 5 legs to 1.